It's time for local stories from across the East. Local food. Local fashion. Local businesses. This is your home for local. This is the East's Daily Download on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Hello and welcome to the East Daily Download. My name is Mark. I will be your tour guide on this adventure across the East, which today brings us to the WNCT and Eastern North Carolina CW break room. Special on location edition. You say, why are you going on location? You're in your same building. We are, but we have a very specific purpose to being here today because it's fridge clean out day, because we have Thanksgiving lunch coming soon. Like many of you at home, our fridge is full right now, and we got to make room for the big feast that we're going to have for the cast and the crew of the East Daily Download. Now, before we get into any of that, let me tell you how you can find the show. We're at WNCT.com under the Download tab, where you can watch this or any episode, or on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and use the East Daily Download hashtag. And heck, you can email us at download@WNCT.com. Also, this is really exciting. You can download the WNCT mobile app at the Google Play and the App Store and watch on the go wherever you are. So watch the show wherever, whenever, however you like through the WNCT mobile app. Okay, now as I mentioned, I'm going to clean this fridge out, but before I do that, let me tell you what's on today's episode. We have a special performance and interview from Stellar Art Showcase. We'll have part 5 in our profile of the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. Anise is here with the new Fashion Friday. And if all that wasn't enough, WNCT 9 on Your Side anchor Shayla Reeves joins us now for a new Let's Craft. So I'm going to get started on this. You watch that, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Hi everyone, I hope you are having an amazing day.
The beverage is gone, but the glass bottle doesn't have to go in the trash. On this episode of Let's Craft, we're gonna upcycle. First rinse, dry, then grab the paint. One color, 2, then a few more, and it's time to wait. A few hours later, add some flowers. I picked up these fall finds for 50% off. Centerpieces ready for your table or your party. For this episode of Let's Craft, I'm Shayla Reeves.
Now downloading Fashion Friday.
This Friday, I'm here with Ashley Day of Graffiti Panda at the showcase, just showing off her beautiful bags and designs. So Ashley, what's today like for you so far?
Today has been super busy, just getting prepared. This is my first Raw showcase, so I'm excited, nervous, all the above. So.
Hey, and then getting into your bags, how long have you been designing these clutches?
So I started Graffiti Panda on my birthday 2 years ago, and I actually started wholesale jewelry, wholesale clothes. But I actually have a fashion design degree from Merritt College, and I was just like, okay, like I need to really start using the skills that God gave me. So I was like, okay, let me just start by expanding my accessories. I looked up a YouTube video, just started looking at clutches, how to make clutches. I started doing like a couple of simple designs and just kind of went from there. Started showing them at like pop-ups, pop-up shops at like, RDU events. And it actually kind of just took off. I kept going, started getting better, started getting more versatile with like the prints and patterns I use, and I just kept going and progressing since then, so yeah.
So we were talking about, you have a lot of unique designs and fabrics here. And so I was wondering what you want people to take away when they see your beautiful work.
Basically what I want people to take away from Graffiti Panda, anything, especially my designs that I create, is basically just something unique, something different, something just, you won't see anywhere else. Because when I pick out these fabrics, it's just like literally off of my inspiration. It's basically like, I like that fabric, I can see what I can do with it, let me go ahead and just design something with it. That's how basically I create all of my designs. It's just something that the print, the color, the texture of it. I just go off that and just go from there, basically. So you can definitely find me on my website, www.graffitipanda.com. Also Instagram and Facebook, graffiti_panda.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey, we are back here on the East Daily Download. Hope your day is off to a good start so far. We are cleaning out the fridge in the break room in preparation for the big Thanksgiving feast we're going to have. So I'm just getting started, and I can't help but notice that you probably can't see it from there, but John's name is on well, quite a bit in here, and I don't remember him ever bringing lunch to work, so this is a little odd. Anyway, I'm going to get started on this. Let me tell you what's still to come. Stellar Art Showcase. We're going to have an interview and performance. But right now what we want to do is go back to part 5 in our interview and profile of the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina and showcase the great work that our organization does. Let's take a look at that, and we're going to get this thing cleaned out. That's odd. My name is scratched out for John. I don't remember him having this bag. I thought this was mine.
So I'm David Garrett. I serve on the Regional Council for Greenville and New Bern for the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina. I am the council chairperson for Greenville and New Bern. I've participated with the Food Bank for about 6 years now in different capacities, and proud of what we do out of the Greenville and New Bern branches. So when I think about where the Food Bank is going, there's really 4 strategic pillars that we're focused on for the future. The first one is increasing food supply. So when we think about what's out there today, there's a need today. We haven't solved hunger today. There are still folks with food insecurity, and that's the first pillar that we're focused on in the future, is solving for that need. The second pillar that we're focused on is how do we end hunger in Eastern North Carolina? So first pillar is focused on the immediate need. The second pillar more focused on future and how do we eradicate hunger, whether that's through nutritional programs, maybe that's through healthcare partnerships like the one that we have with Vidant Hospital here in Greenville, North Carolina, or maybe that's through workforce development. But that's our second pillar and how we're looking towards the future. The third one is how do we raise awareness about what's going on at the food bank and engage our community differently. That one's sort of near and dear to my heart because when I started with the food bank, I was uneducated. I didn't realize what happens at the food bank, how many folks in Eastern North Carolina are food insecure, how many kids are going home hungry and their last meal of the day is the one they got at school for lunch. So I was uneducated. So how do we go educate more folks? And I believe once we educate more folks will want to be a part of what we're doing. And then finally, the fourth pillar is really how do we set up our organization to be prepared to do those things? How do we have an infrastructure at the Food Bank of Central and Eastern North Carolina that supports the other 3 pillars and have a board that's prepared to be nimble and flexible to do what we need to do in the future.
If your business would like to be featured in our new show, The East Daily Download, contact Joe Bullard at 252-355-8520 or jbullard@WNCT.com today and watch The East Daily Download weekdays at 7 on Eastern North Carolina CW.
Watch 9 on Your Side News anywhere, anytime with Live Stream 9.
Hi, I'm William Fike, manager here at Great Outdoor Provision Company in Greenville, North Carolina. I would like to present to you today a new brand of clothing that we are carrying called Landmark Project. Landmark Project strives to promote conservation in our natural spaces as well as celebrate Smokey the Bear's 75th birthday this year. Also from Landmark Project, we have stickers, pins, and patches which help promote land conservation and help sustain our natural spaces. I believe it's important to sustain those national parks because with our development and growth that we have such an exponential growth rate, and we're it's nice to be able to set these spaces aside so that we can have those green spaces. People can go out and still see trees, still see colors, and still see these the wildlife that we have. Without those green spaces or greenways, that we wouldn't, our children would grow up not seeing those things. So, yeah, very important to maintain that just for future generations and just the health of our planet in general. So also from Landmark Project, we have my favorite shirt, which is what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, except for bears, because bears will kill you. All right, here we have a patch for the Appalachian Trail. You can sew it onto your backpack or your shirt, and then a pin for Joshua Tree National Park, and then also our Smokey the Bear Junior Forest Ranger pin. So we have stickers for Shenandoah National Park and Pisgah National Forest. The Landmark Project will be here through the end of the year.
Hey, we're back here on the East Daily Download. I have been working hard getting this fridge cleaned out, and I'm tired because there was a lot of stuff. A lot of it had John's name on it, oddly. I don't ever remember him bringing anything to work, but I could have mistaken that. I'm gonna get started on the freezer part now, so let's see what we've got in here.
Oh, I got a pizza in there. Will you pass it to me?
It says John on it.
No, look, my name's crossed out.
And
Look at
Anissa's name is crossed. Anissa, this ice cream has your name crossed out and says John's. Is this John's ice cream?
Of course not.
And
John,
he's not here today.
we're gonna have to have a talk on Monday, buddy.
Okay, well.
Is there anything in here that's actually his?
I think this.
Well, I'm taking that, so.
There you go. We still have a lot to come. I'm gonna finish cleaning this out so we can store food in here. But right now, let's go take a look at the Stellar Art Showcase for an interview and performance. We'll see you in a little bit.
Hi, my name is Lulu Diaz and I'm starting my new dance company, Baila Beats Academy. I'm teaching salsa, bachata, merengue, and all your favorite Latin dances. Right now I'm teaching at Living Arts Collective in Durham, and my focus is more teaching a gender-neutral role where everybody learns how to follow, lead, and then eventually they get to choose if they want to follow, lead, or do both, because it's better for the community, and then for your dancing aspects as well. You become a better dancer, you're well-rounded, and it's just a fun way to exercise. So I started dancing about 6 years ago. I started because I had a kidney surgery. I donated my kidney and I wanted to start dancing, and part of my recovery was dancing. I started dancing salsa lessons with a company based in Durham. I was there teaching and training for a couple years, and then this year I decided to launch on my own because I have a vision for what the dance community needs, and I like to participate by expanding the community, so that's why I started my own academy. So Girl Boss comes from I am collaborating with women in the community. Shannon, who is also part of a dance community, she sells the fanny packs, and we just empower women, and this is a way for us to embrace our femininity, but also like break the stereotypes that only men can be bosses. And it's 2019 and we're trying to support each other. That's why Girl Boss. So you can find me on social media at Baila Beats Academy on Facebook or Instagram, and my website is www.bailabeatsacademy.com. See you there.
5 years ago, there really wasn't much going on. Vacant buildings everywhere.
It's just growing a lot, and I love just the feel of this area. I love being a part of just the change that's happening.
The energy here, you can just feel it. Everybody supports each other.
The activities have surpassed
sort of what we thought it would happen in the first 5 years.
And there's more coming, by the way.
I think it's going to continue to grow. We have other businesses that are planning to open up very soon, and I think there's just going to be more and more.
I don't know if you know how extraordinary this is, but you have made it 100 miles to freedom all by yourself. Would you like to pick a new name to mark your freedom?
Harriet Tubman.
Tony winner Cynthia Erivo stars in Harriet as the escaped slave determined to free others from bondage.
God was watching, but my feet was my own. Running, bleeding, climbing, nearly drowned, nothing to eat for days and days, man. I made it. So don't you tell me what I can't do.
I'm a 5'1" woman, so I'm a small woman who understands what it is to be underestimated, and to be able to play her sort of taught me that I have much more power than I know.
To watch Cynthia portray this giant, this hero, you know, I could just cry thinking about it. Her selflessness, her fear, she is the epitome of what it means to be fearless.
It's the first time Tubman's story has been told on the big screen, though the script was written more than 2 decades ago.
I, for one, think it would have been relevant and timely and potent 20 years ago, be relevant 50, 100 years from now.
It wasn't that she was fearless. She could overcome it, you know, and that's what we need. That's the message that we need now. Our courage has to overcome our fear.
I would give every last drop of blood in my veins until this monster called slavery is dead.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Wayne Security, move! Hey.
Yeah, don't push that. You don't want to do that.
What are you doing? How the hell did you even get in here?
You're not supposed to know what's down there.
So I have this thing with rolls?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Bad woman.
Now downloading Week in Review.
Woo! All right. Happy birthday, dear Lauren. Happy birthday to you. Okay.
What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger, except for bears, because bears will kill you.
It's all pretend. I just created a character. You sure? Pull on that.
This has anchovies on it.
Delivery with anchovies for John. Are you John?
No, I'm not John.
We offer a unique educational activity, which is fossil hunting, which is one of the few places in the United States where you can come and fossil hunt as part of your day trip.
Have a great rest of your day and enjoy a pickle. Bye-bye.
I'm Jason Cole from Whirligig Stage. We've got some great events coming up on the calendar. We'd love for you to join us. Whirligig Youth Academy presents Macbeth, November 7th through 16th. Come see this group of talented teens present the work of William Shakespeare. I'm Jason Cole with Whirligig Stage, and you're watching the East Daily Download.
Roanoke Electric is restoring the power in stages throughout the night, and the cooling center will be open as long as they need to the public.
Aboard Camp Lejeune, Marines wear many hats, no matter whether it's on land or on sea. They continue to build their skills through training, ready to be called into action.
The state of Alabama has just passed a near-all ban on abortion. I spoke to several people here in Greenville about could or should something like that happen in North Carolina.
For more of these stories, visit us on our website at WNCT.com.
Well, that's going to do it for this episode of the East Daily Download. As always, we appreciate you joining us. Don't forget you can watch at WNCT.com under the Download tab and the WNCT mobile app. Download it from the Google Play or the App Store and watch wherever you are. This is going to conclude cleaning out the fridge. One more John thing, oddly. So we're all good to go for our big Thanksgiving lunch celebration and be able to put all the leftovers in here. You have yourself a great weekend. It is National Clean Out Your Fridge Day, so get a head start on the holiday. We will see you on Monday. Have a great one, everybody.